In this video, we will talk about solving inequalities graphically. But before we do that, we need to review some concepts we have experienced earlier. The first concept we would like to review is end behavior. So for me to decide what the end behavior of a certain function is, I need to look at the sign of the leading coefficient. It could be positive or negative. I also need to look at the degree of that polynomial. Is it odd or is it even? If it is a positive odd function, then it will be going down up. If it's a positive even function, it will be going up up. If it's a negative odd, it would be going up down. If it's an even negative function, it will be going down down. The second thing we need every time we want to solve graphically is the x-intercepts. So definitely the first thing you need to do is to factor, find the roots, and find the multiplicity at that root. So keep in function, if you have a root that is to the power 2, then it's going to bounce or be tangent to the x-axis. The multiplicity will be 2. If I have a root with an odd degree of 3 or 5, then it will be wiggling at that root. So basically just looking like a cubic function. And if it is to the power 1, then it's going to go through. So these are the concepts we need to review in order to be able to solve inequalities graphically. So let's look at our first example. The first thing I want to do is move everything to one side of the equation and factor it. So I can see that GCF is x squared, so I end up with x squared, parentheses x squared minus 1. Now remember, I can factor this further, and I will get x minus 1 and x plus 1. There are 3 different roots. X equals 0 with multiplicity of 2, x equals 1, multiplicity of 1, and x equals negative 1. So I looked at the roots and I looked at the behavior at that root. Now the third thing I need is the end behavior. So this is a positive even function. So then my graph will be going up up. Now we're ready to sketch that graph. Remember to label your x-intercepts. Remember that the multiplicity at 0 is 2, so it's going to be bouncing over here. At negative 1, it's going to just go through. At x equals 1, it will just go through. Now the end behavior is up up, so it's going to start up and end up. So I'm going to go through negative 1, turn and bounce at 0, and then go up. That's how we sketch polynomials, and we've learned that. Now I need to decide, what does this inequality mean? If it's less than 0, if my function is less than 0, then I'm interested in the part of the graph that is below the x-axis. The roots are not going to be part of my solution because it is not equal to 0. So I need to remember to put open circles at the 0, so I will not consider them in my solution. And I need all this part, everything that's below my x-axis. So how can I write my solution? I know that the part that is below the x-axis starts at negative 1, that's not included. Then it goes up till 0, that is not included. Then picks up again at 0 and ends at 1. So that would be the solution of that inequality. Now for number 2, please pause the video and try this example on your own. Sometimes the polynomial is easily factored. Sometimes it's not. So remember, you need to use synthetic division to be able to factor it properly. So pause the video and try this example on your own. So the first step is that I need to move everything to one side of the equation. And I need to start thinking about factoring it. However, this is not a quadratic, it is not something I can factor, so I need to use synthetic division. Remember, to decide which number to start with, you need to think of the rational root theorem. So all the factors of the constant over the factors of the leading coefficient. Now I put a 0 over here as a placeholder since x squared is missing. Now, hopefully you tried a couple of ones until you found the right one, which is 2 in this case. And 2 works, it is a root. So one of my factors is x minus 2. Now this is a quadratic equation now. Let's try to factor it. This is an easy one, so what multiplies to give me -8 and add to give me 2? The two factors are 4 and -2. So that means that the factor x minus 2 is considered twice, so I need to remember to put a power 2 on top of it. And the second factor is x plus 4. And remember, the inequality is less than or equal to 0. So before I think about the inequality, I need to sketch this graph. So the root is 2 with a multiplicity of 2 and -4 with a multiplicity of 1. This is a positive even function. So that means my end behavior, positive odd, so the end behavior is going to be down, up. So let's sketch this graph. Remember to label your x-intercepts. Remember, it's going to bounce over here. It's going to go down, up. One thing I forgot to mention in the previous example is to also look at your y-intercept. And the y-intercept in this case is 16. It is the constant in your polynomial. So I'm going to make my graph a little bit more accurate by putting in the y-intercept. So that's going to go through -4, go through the y-intercept, and then bounce at 2. Now, I need the part of the graph that is below the x-axis, but it's okay for me to take the x-intercepts as well. So then in this case, the x-intercept -4 is included in my solution, and the x-intercept 2 is also included in my solution. So I need this part that is below the x-axis and the 2 x-intercept. So how can I write this solution? This is going to go on forever to -infinity. Get to the x-intercept -4, which is included in my solution. But then there's another x-intercept I need to include, so I'm going to write it separately. So that would be a solution for such an inequality. Now I'm going to go back to number 1 and label my y-intercept, which is 0 in this case, because there's no constant by itself, so the x-intercept 0 is also my y-intercept. Now let's move on to number 3, which is our third example. Now what if I'm given something that's already factored a little bit? So you can need to factor it further maybe. Now I need to fix this because I want to keep x positive. So I'm going to factor out the negative and change my first factor to x minus 2. And then my second factor is x minus 4 to the power 2. And I need, or interested in, the part of the function that is above the x-axis. So let's look at our x-intercepts. The first one is 2. And the second one is 4 with a multiplicity of 2. The end behavior, so if I look at that, that's a negative. Now to know the degree, I need to look at both of those. So this is x to the power 1, and this is x to the power 2, so that's x to the power 3, which is odd. So negative odd means the end behavior is going to be up, down. Now the y-intercept. Plug in 0 for the x. So that's going to be negative times -2, and -4 to the power 2 is 16, so that's going to be a positive 32, and that's my y-intercept. So I have everything I need to start sketching this graph. So the first one is 2, the second one is 4, with a multiplicity of 2, so I need to remember to bounce. My graph is going to be tangent to the x-axis at 4, and the y-intercept is 32. And this is going to be an up-down function. So I'm going to start up, go through the y-intercept, and through 2, and then bounce at 4. So that would be my sketch. And now I need the part of the graph that is above the x-axis, and I don't want to consider the x-intercept, so make sure that you put open circles over here so you remember that you don't need to include them. And I need the part of the graph that is above the x-axis, and that's the only part that's above the x-axis. So that goes from -infinity to 2, where 2 is not included. Now let's move on to example number 4. Now in example number 4, I have x squared minus 4 to the power 2, x squared plus 1, and then 6 plus 5x minus x to the power 2. All of this is less than or equal to 0. Now I would like you to try this example on your own. Now remember, if the x squared is negative, make sure that you factor that one out. This factor can be even factored further. However, this one might not be factored further. So pause the video and try this example on your own. So I'm going to start with my first factor, x squared minus 4. This is difference of 2 squared, which is x minus 2 and x plus 2. And since it is raised to the second power, I'm going to put to the power 2 for each one of those. X squared plus 1 cannot be factored further because it will only give me imaginary roots. And for this one, I'm going to factor out the negative and then factor it further. So I'm going to factor out the negative and then fix it. So it's going to be x squared minus 5x minus 6. Now definitely you can keep the negative with it. However, students make mistakes factoring and solving when the x squared is negative. So it's always recommended that you factor the negative out. Now definitely I can factor this further. So what multiplies to give me -6 and add to give me -5, and that's -6 and 1. And I'm going to copy all of the other factors. So let's look at our roots. This is a 6, -1, 2 with multiplicity of 2, -2 with multiplicity of 2, and this gives me no real roots. Now the end behavior, that's going to be negative because of this negative, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is an even. So this function is going to go down, down. Now for the y-intercept, go ahead and plug in 0 for x. I'm going to go plug in 0 in here because it's easier to see it. So then my first number will be -4 to the power 2, and then 1, and then 6. Because if you plug in 0 in here, the only number that will be left is 6. So -4 to the power 2, that's 16 times 6, which is 96. So let's sketch this polynomial. Let's start by labeling our x-intercepts. So that's a 6, -1, 2 with a multiplicity of 2. So I need to bounce over here. And -2 with a multiplicity of 2. The y-intercept is 96. So remember, it's a down, down function. So I'm going to start from down, bounce, go through, bounce, and then go through. There you go. That's my function. Now I'm interested in the x-intercept because it's less than or equal to 0. So I need the part of the graph that is below the x-axis, and I want to consider the x-intercepts. So all of this part is below the x-axis. Let's highlight that. And then I have this part over here, and I need to consider this x-intercept. So then my solution is going to be from negative infinity to negative 1 included. So I didn't need to split at negative 2 because all of this is included, including the x-intercepts. And then there is another x-intercept that's by itself. And then I need to go back again from 6 to infinity. So that would be the solution for such an inequality. I hope this video was helpful. Make sure that you do the homework worksheet that goes with this lesson.